Show. That's right. Welcome in. Welcome back, folks. This is Dangerous. Johnny Boy's been thinking. I have a recruiting theory in the modern era of college football that favors the Irish. Check it out. Let me know if you agree or disagree. Edition of the Always Irish. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Get a video a thumbs up. That helps Yanni out as well. Notifications on the week. You don't miss nothing. Twitter, search bar, Always Irish, or at Always Irish Shake. Emails, alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only. Anywhere you want it, you can get it. Don't want to see my face. Nobody blames you for that. That's what the audio only's for. Call-in lines, man, I got to tell you. Call-in lines are popping even in the offseason. Everybody cares about Notre Dame, and I love it. Notre Dame Fighting Irish brought to you by SI. Read all about it. Something for you every day. Patreon.com/Always Irish. The former captain, leading tackler, and myself breaking it all down. Mike Goolsby, we had Jack Sullivan. You know him as ND Recruiting 01, breaking down all the recent commits. Film, man, we have a good time over there. Love you guys. Thank you. All right, let's get into this. So I've been thinking about all the modern changes to the college football landscape. CFP expansion, conference expansion, NIL, portal popping, chaos, all this stuff. And I've come up with the theory in the modern age. I think modern recruiting is starting to come around full circle in the last 15, 20 years, a slow full circle. And it's come back all the way around to where it's going to start heavily favoring schools built like Notre Dame. And when I say built like Notre Dame, I mean where that degree carries weight till the day you die. And pretty good football. That's my thesis. Now let's get into this, and I'm going to kind of build you out some evidentiary markers here and see if you are picking up what I'm putting down, and I'm open to this. If you think I'm stretching, grasping at Irish straws, tell me. I'm open. I'm totally open to that. But I think I'm onto something. For most of my cognizant Notre Dame life, so I'm going to say about 30 years, elite recruiting to Notre Dame's been a challenge. And we all know, there's a lot of typical reasons why. One of them is, think about the time frame I'm describing to you, the last 3 decades or so. We've been mediocre, worse than mediocre, or slightly better than mediocre at best the majority of those 30 years. And that's hard to recruit to on a football situation level, okay? So that's tough. So then you ended up in a cycle where you are pretty mediocre, and then it's hard to recruit elitely, and then it's hard to dig yourself out of the cycle of being mediocre without better players. And it's a chicken and the egg, horse in the wagon, whatever you want to say. It's been rough. Most of my Notre Dame football watching time has been bad, miserable, mediocre. It's hard to recruit to that. It's a perpetual cycle that's hard to escape. During much of this time, I felt like the vibe in college football and with top recruits or a lot of our targets or whatever, Notre Dame was lame. Notre Dame's nerdy. Notre Dame's not cool. Not the best looking girls. The weather, South Bend nightlife, all of the typical crap you hear, right? By the way, I'm not going to get myself in trouble with this. I'm just going to throw this line in the water. That not having a lot of cute girls thing is starting to change. I don't know what's going on. I'm just telling you, the last handful of years I'm around and all these tailgates and everything, there is Just a lot more really cute girls than I remember there being 15 or 20 years ago. Or maybe I'm just getting so old, my standards have changed. But I don't think so. So I'm not going to get into any more details to get myself in trouble. I'm just kind of saying, I'm noticing, I feel like that's changing. Okay? Just saying. So I felt like the vibe with the whole Notre Dame thing, not cool, lame, nerdy, like old school, just bland, just not a lot of electricity, okay? Nerds, the whole thing. Ohio State, wasn't it Cardale Jones? We ain't come here to play school. Isn't that what he said? We ain't come here to play school. Now, he did go back and get his degree at Ohio State, and I applaud him for his eventual maturity in this regard, okay? But that first thought was the thought of a lot of players. We ain't come here to play school. We came here to play ball. So I feel like Notre Dame won winning at an elite clip on the field. Then it felt nerdy and uncool and all those things to these recruits. Then things start to change. NIL becomes a thing. Portal hopping becomes a thing. And these high school recruits, the top guys, have started to build their own brands while in high school. They have logos. They have merch. You know, they have nicknames. They have agents. They have representation. They have all of this now. Okay? So the wheels of that get greased up and start moving. In comes Marcus Freeman to Notre Dame. Instantly, Notre Dame has a cool factor again. People that never used to say a nice thing about Notre Dame are on ESPN talking about how cool Freeman is and how can you not root for this guy. Everybody likes this head coach at Notre Dame, unlike the last one. Have you noticed a trend? The only people that like Brian Kelly are the fans of the school that he's at, and nobody else does? Is that a coincidence that follows him wherever he goes? So Freeman comes in and Notre Dame starts to get that cool factor again based on his personality and delivery and everything. Re-energize everything, okay? So he makes it cool again, and then you get to 24 and you win 3 playoff games, and now you have that Freeman cool vibe. And then you have real skin on the walls in terms of winning playoff games and doing that part. So then you take the Freeman cool factor and then you add it to the business side of all this with branding and NIL and all that. And I think we're coming full circle to where these kids are smarter about their personal brands and finances than they ever were 15 years ago. They're business savvy. They're financially mature beyond their age because they're 17 and need an agent. And they're going to make $250,000 a year playing college ball. Is not even able to go to the bar yet. And you're making a ton of money. Okay? These guys are becoming business savvy as high schoolers. And I think they're starting to see that it's kind of cool to have a degree like Notre Dame's to fall back on and to have the rest of your life should you not be an all-pro NFLer. My theory is these kids are starting to think broader and bigger. Notre Dame now offers good competitive NIL, high-level competitive play on the field, which leads to NFL opportunity, and a great degree and Notre Dame network that underpins it all and holds it all together. And by the way, that's something that lasts your entire life till the day you die. it's starting to feel more like it's an honor to get a Notre Dame offer and not some dork RKG that looks like John Kennedy gets. I think these guys are starting to wisen up and realize Notre Dame really could give you it all. NIL, degree in business networking, and competitive on the field, and NFL chances. What else do you need? That's the complete package, folks. I think this modern-minded business angle is going to favor Notre Dame moving forward because it just, how could it not? You look at Jack Sacco, my dear friend, loyal Notre Dame son, Jack Sacco's analytical research on how much more an ND degree is worth over your lifetime than any other football factory, even when you include NFL pay. Even when you include NFL pay of all these players from all these different top football schools, a Notre Dame degree still wins tenfold over a lifetime for the average player. So I think this is all changing into like more of Notre Dame's lane. These kids are getting smart about this opportunity and looking longer term. There's also another benefit to this on the Notre Dame side. You notice how few guys are transferring out of Notre Dame every year now? For reference, Brian Kelly had 23 guys leave this last cycle. What did we have? 3? And a couple of them are special teamers? I think guys are realizing it's worth staying in Notre Dame. So, listen. Don't be going in my comments going, well, John, if that's the case, we should get the #1 recruiting class every year, and every good player would never say no, and they'll all want to be banging on the door. It isn't going to be like that. I'm just saying, I think enough of these guys with the right support system of coaches, family, agents, teachers, whoever, are starting to realize this Notre Dame opportunity. And the worry was, oh man, NIL, pay for play, all this business stuff, bad for the sport. I'm starting to think it's coming full circle to where it's going to come right back to put Notre Dame in a great position because of what it could offer that a lot of other places can't. So I'm not saying this guarantees #1 recruiting class every year and nobody's ever going to say no. I know some smart ass in my comments is going to go, well, if your theory's right, why don't we land every #1 player? It ain't going to work for all of them. You don't need all of them. You just need enough of the right guys with this new mindset to buy into it. That's all you need. You don't need them all. You just need enough. So I sincerely, you know what made me think of this? Did you watch Jonas Walton's commitment on YouTube on 3? By the way, shout out to the Always Irish family. We were heavily represented in that chat, and it's just, you see all the names from the morning show. It warms my heart. He's up there thanking teachers. He's well-spoken, talking about the Notre Dame opportunity and all this. And I just start thinking, I think these kids are starting to get it. I think these kids are starting to get it. And it isn't going to be like you're a Notre Dame commit and you go to some 7-on-7 camp and guys are ripping you. You really want to go play there where the nerds are or whatever it is? I think it's all changing. I think it's coming back around. And these guys that are business savvy are looking at their personal brands over a lifetime and realizing what Notre Dame could add to that on and off the field. And then you get the benefit of also people are buying in for the right reasons. So you don't have 24 guys leaving every cycle, messing up your culture. You got 24 leaving, 24 more coming in. Who's a good guy? Who's a bad guy in the locker room? Out in the streets of South Bend, you don't know. You don't have all that going on. So I honestly feel like all of this stuff, the way that we were worried it would burn Notre Dame with pay for play and all this portals, so easy to just leave and all this. I'm starting to think it's coming full circle and it's going to actually help us. I think these guys are getting smart. And if you're getting smart about your personal brand and your lifetime income and earnings and profile, Notre Dame's a place, man. Competitive NIL, competitive on the field, great degree, head coach that everybody likes working with, that's raising the profile, making it cool. NFL opportunity. Notre Dame could offer it all right now. Tell me if this theory makes sense to you, or am I grasping at Irish straws because I want it to be? But I'm just getting this sense looking around. And I think the more business savvy these guys are younger, the more that favors Notre Dame when they look at the ROI. So I think it's actually going to play in Notre Dame's favor. You guys let me know what you think. Tell me if you think I'm grasping at Irish straws, or if you get what I'm saying and how it could play right into Notre Dame's favor the rest of the Freeman era. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to check out the merchandise. The link is in the description. You can browse and carouse all the different Always Irish gear. Make sure you head over there and get something for the next tailgate. Thanks for being here.